So it looks like Google is not dropping Gemini 3.5 Pro model anymore, instead are dropping the Gemini 3.7 Flash model. And also at the same time, OpenAI is secretly testing a new image model called Mona Lisa 1, and Anthropic just did something that they have never done before, dropped the prices for one of their models. So let's get into it. So yesterday I made a video about how Gemini 3.5 Pro might be being cancelled. Yes, Google DeepMind will not drop Gemini 3.5 Pro based on an article that was circulating online. And it looks like more and more evidence today is pointing towards that exactly happening, because we are seeing Gemini 3.7 Flash being prepared for release. Google just added Gemini 3.7 Flash to the model options in its unofficial Python Gen AI SDK. Now this usually indicates that they are about to drop a new model, and when the model tag is appearing inside the SDK, it's most likely going to be soon. So yes, more and more evidence is pointing towards Gemini 3.5 Pro being canned. And I talked a lot about it in yesterday's video, how they're having issues. They're really betting on Gemini 4 being the model that helps them push forward. And Gemini 3.7 Flash could be a distilled version of 3.5 Pro, because 3.5 Pro, according to all the news that we have heard so far, was not a model that was going to help them take the lead again in the AI space. So if they reframe that launch as a 3.7 Flash model, making the launch geared towards a Flash model instead, then it could kind of help them in the short term bridge the gap between what's happening. Obviously, there's some internal drama. I talked a lot about it in yesterday's video, so make sure you guys check that out as well. But a lot of internal drama, a lot of organizational restructuring, plus the AI space is continuing to heat up. More and more models are dropping. Even Meta dropped a model that's open source and is competing with Google DeepMind's Gemini lineup. And that is another pressure point that Google DeepMind is probably feeling today. And yeah, things are not looking good for Google DeepMind at the moment. But maybe Gemini 3.7 Flash as a Flash model could be something that people will appreciate. I don't know how many people actually use the current Flash model lineup, but if you want to use this model for something that is not super coding heavy, this model could get the job done. Obviously, the benefit of using this model is that it's quick. Other than that, there isn't really much. But Gemini has a problem of being lazy with this code. So if you're going to release a quick model and you have a laziness problem, does that really solve the issue at hand? Probably not. So yes, 3.7 Flash is coming. I wouldn't expect us to kind of be super excited for it, but at least we know that the Gemini team is dropping something new. And they actually tagged this as their most intelligent model for sustained frontier performance in agentic and coding tasks. So yeah, I don't know if that is going to be the case. 3.6 Flash had a tag of our most intelligent model for sustained performance in agentic coding tasks as well. So it's not like they're really changing something new here. It's kind of just a tier upgrade. That's what I see it as. And we know that Gemini 3.5 Pro, we have more news that is probably not going to come. More and more evidence is pointing to that, because we have another update today that the 3.5 Pro's release candidate was Gem Delta. And I actually talked about this model appearing last week at our earlier checkpoint, but now it has suddenly disappeared over a few days ago. This model is definitely not going to come out, but I'm not going to continue rambling on about this. I talked a lot about it in yesterday's video, so check that out. Before we continue, if you're making stuff online, whether that's videos, sites, decks, or whatever it is, you know the bottleneck usually isn't ideas, it's actually getting the work done. That's why today's sponsor, ImagineArt, built ImagineComputer. ImagineComputer is an AI computer that does the work and hands you the finished thing. You describe what you want in plain words, a video, a song, a website, a deck, a report, and it plans the job out, runs its own tools quietly in the background, and gives you a real file you can download. Not a draft or a preview, but an actual finished file. It also remembers your taste, so the work sounds and looks like you instead of a generic AI output. That means the first project takes a few corrections and the fifth one barely takes any, because it already knows how you want things to come out. And it compounds. What you made yesterday becomes fuel for what it makes next, so the deck it built you can turn into the new video, and that video can turn into that post, so you're not starting from a blank page every single time you open it. Whether you're running a channel, a small business, a newsletter, or you just got an idea and you've never had time to build it, it puts the whole loop in one place. Make it, get it out, see how it did, decide what's next. If you want to give it a try, check out the link in the description. It remembers you, it works for you, and it grows what you started. So what are you building next? Thanks again to ImagineArt for sponsoring this video. Now, let's get back into it. At the same time, we are seeing that OpenAI is testing a new GPT image model on Arena. This is called Mona Lisa 1. Interesting name, but it's being compared to the GPT-2 high outputs, which is probably the best image model in my opinion at the moment. And it looks like there is some sort of improvement. For example, the prompt over here, and we're going to compare the output between the two examples, was that a messy amateur iPhone flash photographer taken outside a convenience store at 1:17 a.m. for friends. Harsh direct phone flash eliminates their faces and clothing, blah, blah, blah. You guys get the point. But this is the new image model, the new GPT image model, Mona Lisa 1. And the outputs, like, I'll be honest, they look more and more realistic every single day. Like, this looks like something that will be on someone's phone. Even the lighting effect that the models are portraying now are really good. If you look at the back over there, we see the flashlights even in there being considered over there as well. I don't know exactly what's happening over here. That could just be the hood of another car, and this is a car that's close by. But the realism when it comes to these models is getting better. And we're just going to compare this against the current model that we know is GPT Image 2 High. Even this one, like crazy guys, this is pretty realistic. For example, we can even see it in this guy's eyes, the flash points and things like that. All of this is already strong, and I can't imagine what Mona Lisa is going to bring. I don't know. I really can't, make out the difference between which one I like more, this one or this one that we see on screen. Both of these imagers are quite strong. This friend group kind of looks like a fun group to hang out with. These guys kind of look like the cool high school kids. I don't know. But both of these models, I can't really tell what the difference is, at least at the moment. But I do know that Mona Lisa 1 is probably going to be coming out soon. So yeah, OpenAI is continuing their development, and they're continuing to improve even their image model lineup. Compared to Gemini, we haven't heard anything so far yet if there's a new image model coming from them. Also, something interesting happened today. For the first time, I think Anthropic is basically saying that, hey, we are keeping our introductory pricing, which was a discounted pricing for Sonnet 5. In June, they said that this would be $2 per million input tokens and $10 per million output tokens. And it was only going to last until August 31st. But now they are saying that they're keeping the price permanently at that rate. And that kind of tells you two things. Number one, the competition is forcing a lot of these players, especially from the labs from China, to drop their prices because more and more capable models are coming from the open source community. And these models are way cheaper compared to what Anthropic and, OpenAI are priced at. And we saw OpenAI kind of do the same thing last week where they reduced the price for Luna and Terra, which was a really, great example of how currently the AI landscape is focused more on pricing and efficiency of their models, because DeepSeek version 4 Flash came out of nowhere and kind of put pressure on all of these labs, and we are seeing the implications of that. And once OpenAI makes a change like that, that's definitely going to put pressure on Anthropic to match that as well. And what's funny is that Thibaut, the person from OpenAI, mentioned "I smell fear" in the comments, which I think is funny and kind of, just like how Twitter is a wild place because you have the head of Codex kind of commenting on Claude's post like this, which is not professional, but obviously, it's whatever, it's OpenAI. And this kind of shows that, okay, the competition has definitely heated up. But this person kind of mentions an interesting point. He's saying that does this mean the end of Haiku? We haven't seen Haiku been updated for a long time. And I don't know how many people actually use Haiku at the moment. I think most people are probably using Opus or Sonnet, and then sometimes Fable 5 if you have the budget for that. But Haiku, I haven't seen that model get updated. I don't know how many people actually use it. I personally don't use it. I personally just lean on Opus most of the time, and then Sonnet if I really need to. But I personally like working with the Opus model lineup. I don't know what the implication this is for Haiku, but yeah, things are heating up in the AI space, and we are kind of benefiting because we are saving some dollars when it comes to running these models. But that's it for today's video. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. Follow our new newsletter as well at universeofai.beehive.com. As well, subscribe to the main channel World of AI and support us on X by following the Universe of AIZ as well. Until then, I'll see you guys in the next video.